What do you do when a problem presents itself and there is no mechanical way to actually solve the issue? What happens if you don't know the mechanic offhand? What if you do know all the mechanics, but you want something to happen? Magic. Of course. We're playing fantasy games. Use magic. The thing about magic is, it should not and is not definable. Magic is completely out there. Magic's insane. Magic is incomprehensible to us. Magic does not need an explanation. If you want your villain to get away and there is no spell that would allow them to do it, well then guess what? They do have a spell that allows them to get away. They do have some sort of magic that lets them overcome whatever the case may be. Because there is no explanation behind it. One of my favorite examples of magic that is not definable is through hags, and specifically covens and witches. They can do magic that is not possible by anybody else. So one, it's undefinable, it's not explainable, but also very importantly is the fact that PCs cannot do it. The player characters cannot possibly possess and wield and do whatever these other creatures do because they just can't. It is perfectly fine to have things in the world that your players will not be able to understand and also not be able to possess. The thing we've got to consider about implementing magic, whether that be the villains trying to get away, or you want a MacGuffin that can somehow beat the bad guy, or whatever the case may be, these things overrule mechanics. You don't have to shoehorn the mechanics in. You just say, hey, this item allows you to do this one thing that is completely impossible by any other means. Because more often than not, the mechanics that you're using for your game are defined. The mechanics that you have are right there in the textbook, and unfortunately those textbooks are limited. Even if you are running a game system that does have 600 pages in the book, that's sometimes still not enough. It is perfectly fine to have magic overrule anything that's ever written in any of those books. The real reason why we have magic in our games is to make things convenient. Of course, in regards of the player characters, they have spells that allow them to make things convenient, whether that be beating up their opponents or to travel or to help out their friends, whatever it is, they have magic that is convenient to them. You have a whole world of magic that makes life convenient for both the characters, or maybe not convenient for the characters, but more importantly makes it convenient for us as players of this game. Now overall, the most important aspect of using magic to do the unexplainable is we have to keep the magic mystical. We can't just say, oh, because I said so. Oh, because I needed it at that right time. Oh, because it was just so convenient for me. No, you have to keep it magical. You have to keep your players guessing. You have to make your players think that they can catch on to the answer. And heck, if the game goes on long enough, then maybe you do find some reason for it. But you don't need it right that second. You don't need it right there, and you don't need to reveal the magic behind the magic. So long as you use magic in your game to make the game riveting, to keep your players coming back to the table, and have them have a fun experience, then use magic. Explore the unexplorable, use things that are not comprehensible, and keep your players guessing, but at the same time, make their life memorable. But above all else, don't give them freebies. Don't dispel the magic. Keep that magic in the air because it's going to keep them guessing and it's going to keep them wanting more. So go ahead and tell me, do you prefer magic being definable and always right there in the textbook? Or do you use magic that's completely unexplainable? Is magic fair game? The players can get their hands on it? Or is there magic that the players will never be able to possess? And do you like to put everything on the table and say, hey, this happened because I said so? Or do you like to keep things a mystery and keep them in the dark? Go ahead and tell me those things because I would love to hear it. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. And thank you to my amazing patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.